Good morning, everyone. I am the first reporter, Angel V. Bardos, and today we will discuss about energy and electricity. Introduction. Status. Electricity is the most costly but also the most used type of energy in hotels and restaurants. It is needed for almost everything they do. Requirement: the power supply must be steady and good quality. If it is not, machines can break or work can stop. It is used for lights, computers, kitchen tools, and air conditioning, all things that are necessary to run the business and keep guests happy. Cost impact: electricity bills can be up to 90% of all the money spent on utilities. This is because these places are open all day and night, so they use power non-stop. They even small changes in how much they use or how much it costs make a big difference to their total spending. Management focus: because electricity is so expensive, controlling how much is used very important for saving money. Using better machines or turning things off when not needed help lowers bills and make more profit. Benefits of good practice: if electrical systems are built well and checked often, they work better and are safer. This means fewer accidents, a nicer place for guests to stay or eat, and a safer place for workers and to do their jobs. Our objectives: after the chapter, students will be able to explain what electrical systems are, describe their parts and features, know what makes a good system, including design, training, and upkeep, explain how other energy sources are used in business. A brief introduction to electrical system. In components, electrical system na siya tulo ka main parts where the energy comes from, how it's sent to different places and devices to control it. So knowing these parts, it will help make sure the power works well and does not stop. So in power generation, mostly sa mga homes is na sila own power generators if na-blackout nga mahitabo. Hotels or resorts might make their own electricity if ang cost sa power nga gikan sa main supply is taas, then the power supply often stop working and they are in a faraway places like mga islands where maglisod sila sa pagkuha og kanang power nga gikan sa outside. So this is the image of electrical system.
Good day, everyone. Good day, Sir Ryan. Today, I will discuss electrical safety, focusing on system design, OSHA standards, and maintenance. These are important to ensure a safe, reliable power supply and prevent accidents like equipment failure or fires, guided by standards from occupational safety and health administrations. So, my first topic is system design and operating standards. Electrical system must be planned and maintained in line with all relevant codes and standards. Purpose: ensure safe and reliable power supply. Non-compliance risk: issues from equipment failure to major fires. So this topic explains that electrical systems must be properly designed, installed, and maintained according to established codes and standards. The main purpose is to ensure a safe and reliable power supply in any workplace or facility. So, if these standards are not followed, then it can lead to serious risks such as equipment damage, system failure, or even major fires. So, my second topic is OSHA standards, or Occupational Safety and Health Act. Set legal electrical safety standards covering system design, work practices, maintenance, and special equipment. Consult OSHA when creating maintenance procedures. Use them as the minimum requirement for electrical protection during work. So, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, provides legal standards for electrical safety. These standards guide how electrical systems should be designed, used, and maintained, as well as safe work practices for employees. So, ang OSHA standards serve as the minimum requirement for safety. This means all workers should follow them to protect workers from electrical hazards. So, when creating maintenance procedures, OSHA guidelines must always be considered to ensure proper protection during electrical work. So, electrical system must follow proper standards to ensure safety and reliability, while OSHA provides the minimum legal guidelines to protect workers from electrical hazard and prevent accident like fire or equipment failure. So in short, electrical system must follow proper standards to ensure safety and reliability, while the OSHA provides the minimum legal guidelines to protect workers from electrical hazards and prevents accidents like fire or equipment failures. So the third topic is system and equipment maintenance. This part focuses on the importance of maintaining electrical systems to prevent breakdowns. Electrical equipment is essential for daily operations, so if it fails, then it can disrupt the entire facility. An effective maintenance program includes having complete and updated electrical plans, ensuring staff understand the system and procedures, maintaining clean and organized electrical areas, including electrical repairs in preventive maintenance. So overall, proper maintenance helps avoid accidents, reduce downtime, and ensures smooth operations. So the fourth topic is electrical plans. Electrical plans are important because they serve as guide for system design and layout. They must be coordinated with the building's interior design to ensure proper insulation. It is very important to keep these plans updated regularly because relying only on staff knowledge is risky because employees may change over time. Diba? Updated plans help make maintenance, repairs, and renovations faster, safer, and more cost efficient.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Angeli B. Samas. As we continue of our report, I will be discussing the training and operating and safety procedure. So this report say workers who work with electrical system need training and regular checking. Maintenance and worker must understand how the system works so they can work safely and do their job well. So their skills should be checked through reviews and simple tests to see if they can be promoted or stay in the job. They can also learn more by reading manuals or guides. When hiring new workers, employers should use questions and simple skill tests like circuit work to check if they are capable. All staff should know the basic parts of the building's electrical system. They need to know where important equipment is so they can act quickly in emergencies. Clear labels and basic knowledge help staff respond fast and work safely.
So good day everyone, I am Jason. Today I will discuss about safety practices and electrical system, especially in hospitality industry. So safety practices are very important because electricity is powerful and dangerous if not handled properly. In hotels and other hospitality establishments, electricity is used almost everywhere, like in lighting, air conditioning, kitchen equipment, elevators, computers, and many more. So because of this, following proper safety practices helps prevent accidents, injuries, equipment damage, and even fire. All staff must be informed about the required maintenance and hazardous equipment. This means employees should know which equipment is dangerous and which areas are restricted. Proper communication reduces accidents caused by lack of awareness. Following proper procedures reduces staff-related issues. First, equipment must always be kept clean. Dust, dirt, and grease can affect electrical performance and may cause overheating. Overheating can lead to short circuits or fire, so clean equipment works more efficiently and safely. Next is electrical items should not be stored in wet or humid areas because water is a conductor of electricity. If electrical equipment becomes wet, it can cause electrical shock or damage the system. That is why electrical rooms must be dry and well ventilated. Next is when unplugging equipment, always grip the plug, not the cord. Pulling the cord can damage the internal wiring, which may result in exposed wires and possible electric shock. And next is another important practice is using equipment suitable for the task. Overloading outlets for using incorrect devices can cause overheating and circuit breaker trips. So for example, plugging many high-powered appliances into one outlet can cause electrical failure. Next is staff should always report faulty equipment immediately because if an appliance sparks, overheats, or does not function properly, it must be reported to maintenance right away. Ignoring small problems can lead to bigger and more dangerous issues. Next is employees must never attempt DIY repairs or modification unless they are qualified electricians. Unauthorized repairs can cause serious injury and system damage. Next, it is also important not to store items inside electrical rooms. This room must remain clear for ventilation and emergency access. Blocking these areas can delay response during emergencies. And lastly, even during non-electrical work like drilling or renovations, staff must be careful or hidden wiring inside walls or ceilings. Accidentally cutting wires can cause power interruption or serious injury. In conclusion, safety practices are not only the responsibility of the maintenance team, but of everyone in the property. So following these simple but important rules helps create a safety working environment, protects equipment, and ensure continuous operation of a facility.
Good day everyone, I am General Bequera and I am the next reporter. So, ang akong topic is electronic equipment and power supply issues. So, the increasing use of electronic equipment has raised the demand for stable power supply. And these devices are sensitive to problems like voltage fluctuations, power loss, noise, and harmonic distortion. So, for the impacts ani is power issues can damage devices, transients, can destroy equipment, sags, and surges, can damage motors and circuits. Power loss can disrupt data and software, and noise or distortion can cause errors. And for the causes pod, these problems may be caused by natural events like lightning, utility operations, neighboring system, or internal facility issues. And next is solution to electrical quality issues or emergency power system. Ang emergency power system pod is it provides electricity during supply interruptions. So this includes generators, batteries, standby power supply or SPS, and uninterruptible power supply or UPS, which help keep equipment running and prevent data loss. So dara, ang standby power system or SPS. Ang standby power system or power supply is or SPS is ang switches to battery backup when the main power fails, usually with a brief outage. It requires a transfer time of 15 ms or less and voltage control within positive or negative 8% of the rated value to ensure proper operations. And next na pod is ang uninterruptible power supply or UPS. Ang UPS pod stays online continuously providing a clean and stable power supply to equipment. It stores power in its batteries and convert it to AC power using electronics. And when selecting a UPS, choose a system with efficiency of 70% or more and ensure the quoted price include the necessary batteries for both UPS and SPS system. So, ang electronic devices are essentials in today's world kay they are sensitive to power problems like voltage fluctuations, power loss, noise, and distortion. These issues can damage your equipment, disrupt data, and cause errors. So, emergency solutions such as generators, batteries, standby power supply or katong SPS, and uninterruptible power supply or UPS. Kani nga mga power supply is makahelp to protect devices by providing stable and continuous power. And choosing efficient and reliable systems ensure smooth operations and prevents costly damage, making power management crucial for any facilities.
Good day. So I'm the next reporter. So my topic is all about weekly emergency power system maintenance. Check battery fluids level, charge status, and room ventilations. So check battery condition. So make sure battery fluids level are correct and check if the battery is fully charged. Ensure the room has proper ventilations. So the next is clean, lubricate battery terminals to prevent corrosions. So clean and maintain battery terminals. Clean and lubricate the terminals, and this prevents corrosions which can weaken connections and cause failure. So the next is test generators under load. Use air protection and schedule work to avoid disturbing guests. So test generators under load. Run the generator while it is actually powering equipment. It also is this ensure it works properly in real situations. Air protection schedule testing to so it doesn't disturb guests. So record test data. So fuel fuel fuels settings readings for compliance and records. So records important data, write down fuel levels, fluid levels, settings, and readings. This help with maintenance tracking and meeting safety regulations. So this disconnect and reconnect generators to confirm proper operation after testing. So disconnect and reconnect generators. This check if the system can properly switch on and off, ensuring everything runs smoothly after testing. So the next one is an example of an electric system with consideration for emergency power. So how buildings stay powered during outage. Normally, electricity comes from the main utility, but if it fails, an automatic transfer switch quickly switches to an generators, ensuring continuous power support power supply. So the next is functional emergency power system. Ensure protection during outage. Regularly testing and maintenance are essential. So emergency emergency power system. This system, like generators, protect building during power so outages. So this must be tested and maintained regularly to make sure that they work when needed. So UPS systems are often installed for sensitive equipment supporting either continuous operation or safety safe safe shutdown. So shift shut- shift safe shutdown safe shutdown much UPS capacity to load and required runtime. So UPS system a UPS provides instant backup power for sensitive equipment like computers or IT system. Keep system running for a short time or allow safe shutdown to prevent data loss or damage. So capacity and routine. Uh, the UPS should match how much power is needed and how long it should last. So for long outage, it needs to be connected to a generator or emergency power system. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jovel Sarsuna. Let's talk about the electrical maintenance equipment. Specialized equipment is required for maintenance tasks including multimeter, wall receptacle analyzer, cartridge fuse, collar, gloves, ladder. It's all important because in maintenance because it it this equipment has different function. Next is your paragraph texting your pricing is like hotel room rate management, adjusting cost based on demand, time of use, pricing introduced by utilities in the 1970s to manage peak demand signals usage costs and was later adopted by airlines and hotels to boost sales and balance demand. Time of use or TOU pricing, initially adopted by utilities in 1970s to manage peak energy demand by adjusting cost based on usage times. Functions similarly to hotel rooms rate management. This strategy, which signals higher costs during high demand periods to encourage of peak consumption, was later embraced by airlines and hotels to both boost sales during slow periods and balance demand more effectively across different times. That's all. Thank you.